Good day to all dynamic men all over the world, and I especially want to welcome you to Flashes of Dynamics Men's Thought from the stable of Salvation Dynamic Men Global of Salvation International Prayer Christian Church. I remain your humble host, Biodun Ajumobi, and it's a great privilege to be having every one of you out there watch this presentation. And I know that after this presentation, your life will have a paradigm shift, because I'm pretty sure that you're going to have a wonderful time. So today we'll be talking about a wonderful topic which says risk, and that's a topic that every one of us will actually come in contact with at a particular phase of our lives, or business, or marriage, or every aspect of our life as well. So talking about risk, everything we do in life is all about risk. Nobody is assured of tomorrow. Sleeping and waking up is all about risk. The businesses we do, it's all about risk. What is going to happen in the next minute, nobody is so assured of what is going to happen in the next minute. So everything that happens in life, it's all about risk, and that is why I find this topic very germane to treat today, and I know that you are going to have a wonderful time. So in the course of this presentation, we'll be talking about what risk is all about, types of risk, characteristics of risk, and we'll be looking at few examples of people that have actually gone through the road of taking risk, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to be a mind-blowing edition, and please stay tuned wherever you are. So what is risk? Let's talk about what risk is all about. I believe risk is not going to be a topic or something new to every one of us out there, but I'll just like to follow the pattern that is being stated. According to Oxford Advanced Dictionary, it says that risk is all about the possible outcome of a thing or an event coming out in a negative way or in a harmful way. And I feel that is where I have a clause concerning the worldwide acceptable definition of what risk is all about. If you go through the internet, if you go through the Oxford Advanced Dictionary, that is what you're going to get. So I'll take it again. It says risk is the possible outcome of an event or a decision coming out in a harmful and negative way. And talking about this definition, I would like to relate it to the African setting, especially Nigerians as a whole. A lot of time when you try to tell somebody that you're about to take a risk in your business or concerning your finances, I'm pretty sure that a lot of Nigerians, especially the Yorubas, will tell you, that's the first thing that comes to their mind. Marshall, what if you don't succeed? What if you get bankrupt and all of that? It is always the negative feelings, the negative attitude that comes out of people's mouth, and that is why I don't go with that definition, because even in the school of success, that is not the definition that is being accepted about risk. Like I would always say, everything in life is all about duality. There's always two sides to everything. There's a good side to you, there's a bad side to you, there's a positive side to you, there's a negative side to you. So also the risk as well. So according to me, I simply said risk is all about the possible outcome of an event or decision or thinking that can either come out in a positive way or a negative way. I'll take that once again. According to me and according to the school of success, it says that risk is all about the possible outcome of an event or thinking, decision coming out in a positive way or a negative way. And that is just the truth. There are good sides to taking risk, and there are also bad sides to taking risk. Now let's talk about people that have gone through the lane of taking risk. Talk about Elon Musk. He was actually a drop out when he was going for his PhD, and he actually dropped out because he wanted to pursue his dream. And at the end of the day, we can actually see that is taking a risk, but it actually came to reality that it became a positive one at that. Now this is the mentality that most people are. Whenever you want to take a risk, always try as much as possible to always eliminate the thought of negativity in whatever you want to do. Now Dr. Stephen Akintayo once said something, that taking risk doesn't mean that there's no fear inside of you. It just simply means that you have the audacious and positive doings. I'll take that again. Dr. Stephen Akintayo once said that because of the fact that you want to take a risk doesn't mean that there's no fear inside of you, but you don't let that fear overcome your positive thinking, your positive mentality. Now if people that are at the top, if the billionaires of this world are actually afraid of taking that giant strides, I bet you they won't be where they are today. Now, talk about great achievers, talk about great innovators in the world, and I can tell you that these are great risk takers. There's no way that you can be comfortable in your comfort zone and you can tell me that you want to be the cap, you want to rule in the society where the movers and shakers are talking, or you want to be captains of industries and you're not ready to take that giant stride. It is not possible. Life is all about risk. Nobody is assured of tomorrow. Maybe you're going to live tomorrow, maybe you're going to die tomorrow. Nobody is assured of tomorrow. We all just keep going, keep pushing with the mentality that yes, I'm going to see tomorrow. A lot of people that are not going to be alive tomorrow also have this mentality as well. So living as well is also a risk as well. So that is why I find that quote by Dr. Steven Akitayo very germane. If you want to be at the top in whatever you're doing, in your business, in your marriages, you need to be able to take that giant strides. And there's always a giant inside of every one of us. Now, let's talk about type of risk that we can talk about. And I wouldn't dwell much on that because there are a lot of them. We have number one, we have financial risk. We have emotional risk, we have spiritual risk, we have marital risk, we have business risk, a lot of them. Now, like I said in the definition of risk, which is being acceptable all over the world, talking about the types of risk as well, the only thing that you find there is all about loss. If you go on the internet and you check about types of risk, you go on the your dictionary and you try to check for type of risk and the definition, the only pointer that you can get clearly is that they are all talking about losses, which is not acceptable by me. I feel one of the best ways that you can actually win in life is changing your mentality, because it is being acceptable all over the world doesn't mean that you should accept it as well. Okay, so that will lead me to the next bullet point that I have right here, and that is talking about types of risk. And one of the things that I just want to do on this is that I want to help you to change the narrative, to change the mentality and your mindset about what the worldwide acceptable definition of the type of risk is all about. Because when you check through your dictionary, you check through the internet, the only thing that you'd always see about the type of risk that we have is all about losses. And I want you to change your mentality about that. Now, the type of risk that we have quite a large numbers of them, but I'll be dwelling on just a few numbers of them as well. So we have financial risk, we have marital risk, we have educational risk, we have emotional risk, we have spiritual risk, and a whole lot of them. But the main point that I want you to get out of this is that never you have this mindset that all risk must lead to losses. Never you have the mindset that all risk must lead to damages. Never you have the mindset that all risk must lead to tears, must lead to harmful things of all sorts. That is the mentality that I want you to change this day. And it will also lead us to asking this question whenever you want to take risk. And the number one question you need to understand that whenever you want to take risk, instead of you thinking about these questions of what if I fail, I think that is even the number one step of you failing, because you've not even actually done what you intend doing and you're already asking yourself, what if I fail? You're already on the pathway to failing. Now, the second one is, what will people say if I fail? As a matter of fact, I have a quote that says, don't think about what people are going to say about you. Sing your song. The world has no choice. They're going to find themselves dancing to it. Okay, so that will lead us to some questions that you need to ask yourself whenever you want to take risk. Now, I want you to take this out of your life whenever you want to take risk. Asking yourself, what if I fail? That is the number one step to failing. You've not even done what you intend doing and you already ask yourself, what if I fail? You're already on the pathway to failing. You must eliminate that thought out of you. What if I fail? What if I fail? As a matter of fact, failure is not the end of the world. As a matter of fact, failure is just a way of you going back to doing what you think that you failed at and doing it in a better way. That is what failure is all about. And also, if you have never failed before, I bet you that you can never get hungry for success. So please, whenever you want to take a decision or you want to take a risk, please always eliminate the thought or the question that says, what if I fail? The second one is, what will people say? What will people how will people accept me? What will people talk about me? As a matter of fact, either you do good or you do bad, you're successful, you're a failure, people would always talk about you. And as a matter of fact, the more people talk about you, the more they help you to spread your fame. Don't think about what people are going to say when you feel or when you take that step. Think about what the outcome of what you're about to do, what it will lead into. That is the most important thing. So thinking about what people are going to say about you can be a killer factor that can actually put you in a place whereby you might not want to take that step that you want to take. So don't think about what people are going to say about you, rather think about the benefits of what you're going to get out of what you're about to do. Now, just like I said, don't think about those questions. Now, these are the questions you should ask yourself whenever you want to make a decision or you want to take a step. Now, think about it in a positive way. What if you succeed? Those are the things, those are the questions that you need to ask yourself. Think about the positive side of whatever you want to do. What if you succeed? Now, there's no way, there's no how that if you become successful in whatever you want to do, people would definitely come around to celebrate you. So all what you're about to do, all what you're thinking should be all about should be the positive side of what you're about to do. What if I succeed? What made the billionaires? Now you need to ask yourself these questions: are what made those at the top? What made them to be at the top? What got them to be at the top? Now, one of the biggest differences between those at the top and those at the bottom is the ability to take risk. That is just the truth, and that is the mentality that I want you to have. The difference between those at the top and those at the bottom is just the ability to take risk, their positive mentality towards things. Now, if you put something down, the way person A is going to view it will definitely be different from the way person B is going to view it. Some people are just pessimistic in life, but you need to have this mindset of being optimistic in wherever you find yourself. That you're on the ground does not mean that you need to remain and die on the ground. You need to pick yourself up and become a better version of yourself. Life is good. Whatever you say out of your mouth, that is going to be your experience. So in your decision taking, in your risk taking, you need to understand the fact that the universe pays attention to what comes out of your mouth. So be positive. Be positive in your steps, in your talking. Say it, do it, keep saying positive things, keep doing positive things, and I can assure you that you would have a positive result. Now let's talk about characteristics of risk takers. Let's talk about characteristics of risk takers. Number one, risk takers are audacious and fearless people. That is just the truth. There's nobody you're going to find at the top that is a fearful person. No way. Talk about Pastor Toyin Adesuji. Talk about Stephen Akintayo. Talk about Elon Musk. Talk about Mark Zuckerberg. Talk about AY the comedian. Talk about people at the top. Talk about Coach Charis. These are people that are audacious in life. Okay, so that will lead us to talking about the characteristics of risk takers, and I want you to take this very germane and very serious as well. Now, risk takers are audacious and fearless people. Now, one of the attributes of people at the top, one of the attributes of risk takers are they are always audacious and fearless people. They are not always skeptical about taking up new challenges, about taking up new boundaries. As a matter of fact, no rules or no regulation can actually hold them bound. They are ready to go. They are ready to face the obstacles. They are ready to face the Goliath and make sure that they defeat in whatever situations they find themselves. So if you want to be at the top, you need to have the spirit of being an audacious person. Terminate the spirit of being fearful out of you, and I can assure you that you are on your way to the top. Now, the second characteristics about risk takers are they are held no bound. No rules, no regulations, no policy in the world can actually hold them down. They are boundary breakers, they are barrier breakers, they are chain breakers. They are always ready to set new rules for themselves. The world rules does not apply to them. As a matter of fact, they have this mentality that when plans fails, they put on their guts. They believe that nothing is impossible. Everything is possible to them, and that is just the truth. So for you to be at the top, you need to have this mindset as well. You need to have these characteristics as well, to be a go-getter, to be a firefighter, to always want to win and always want to be at the top. Now, another characteristics about risk takers are they are always problem solvers. Now, you need to look at your environment. Think about what is lacking in your environment. Think about how you can become a problem solution provider for those challenges that you find within you, your environment, your church, your school, wherever you live, your environment. that is just the way to be at the top. And don't be afraid to finding solutions to them. And when you find a solution to them, don't be afraid to make that solution, to implement those solutions that you find to those challenges. All right. So another thing about risk takers are they have guts. That is it. They have got. They are always fearless. Talk about Martin Luther King. Talk about Obama. Talk about Donald Trump. These are people that they just don't have plans. They just don't have dreams. They have got as well. Because when plans fails, got are the next thing that you need. And I want you to have this as well. Nothing should be able to hold you down. Nothing should be able to put your back on the ground. You must always have this mentality and this thinking of ever going forward, moving forward, and I'll see you at the top. All right. Okay, so that would take us to the final notes that I have right here, and it will be talking about some useful quotes that can actually help us keep moving in life and becoming that great person that we want to be. And now the number one quote that I have right here is by Winston Churchill, and it says, "If you are going through hell, keep going." It says, "If you're going through hell, keep going." I love this quote because it's a wonderful quote, and the explanatory part of it goes thus. Now, if you're going through hell, keep going. If you're going through any challenges of life, keep going. Keep going, because sometimes hell can actually lead to heaven. So in your down times, you can always find your uplifting times right there. In your challenges, you can always find the better part of you right there. Like they would always say, when there are no trials in life, you might not become a triumphant person. When there are no scars in life, you might not become a star. So no groaning, there might not be glory. Another one says right here, it says, "Risk is aiming for the moon. At least if you fail to reach the moon, you'll find yourself among the stars." Yeah, that's a wonderful quote. Aim for the top, aim for the best. Even if you can't achieve the best, you will still find yourself in a wonderful place that you've always longed to be. All being said and done, I want to believe that this presentation has actually been able to shape your mindset, to be able to shape your thoughts in understanding that risk actually has the good sides of it, and I want you to run with that as well. I want you to change the notion that risk is a bad thing. Risk must actually lead to loss. I want you to change the notion that risk must actually result to damages or harmful things. Now you've been able to say that for you to be at the top, you must be able to take risk. But I must advise, for every risk you want to take, ensure that it is a calculated risk, because not all risks are meant to be taken. Do your fact findings, do your research work, ask people that are at the top. Like Dr. Stephen Akitayo once said, he said when he wanted to do a business, he needed to go and meet some of his mentors, and I think he said he went to meet president one of the former presidents, Obasanjo and Koschari's, and they gave him and they led him in the right way, and that made him to become who he is today. Not all risks are actually worth taking. So every risk you need to take, you must be able to do your fact findings, do your research work, ask from people and pray about it, because that is very essential. And I know that every risk you're going to take in this year 2025 would actually take you to the top. I want to assure you that don't be afraid in taking that giant stride. Don't be afraid in doing what you want to do, because a lot of people have actually gone to the great beyond with great songs, with great ideas, with great innovation, because of the fact that they are afraid of taking that giant stride, because of the fact they are afraid of what people will say, what if I fail, and all of that. But I want to push it to you today that you should be audacious in your thinking, be positive in your mentality, have this mindset of, yes, I am a winner and I must win, come what may, come whatever is being thrown at me, I am a winner and I'll be at the top. So to all men out there, be a risk taker, be a calculated risk taker, and I know that you surely get to the top. On behalf of Salvation Dynamic Men Global all over the world, I want to say thank you to V-Radio for this wonderful platform, for being in partnership with us and enabling us to be heard all over the world. And I know that the sky is just the limit for this radio station. And to every man out there, I want to see you at the top. Keep doing you. Take that risk today and being risky. Also, I want to encourage you all out there to please follow us on all our social media platforms, and that is on Facebook we are at VRadio Official, and on Instagram we are at VRadio, TikTok, YouTube it is VRadio, and I'm pretty sure that you will see a lot of content that will actually inspire you and motivate you to becoming a better person and becoming a winner and a champion. See you at the top. Have a wonderful day.